Money, money, money. Oh, to be rich. And when people are rich, if they have children, you'd think that they would probably be spoiled, but that's not always the case. I'm your host, Michaela, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 richest people who aren't leaving their fortunes to their kids. And make sure to subscribe because it really helps us out. But enough of that, let's get on to the video. Number 10, Elton John. With a career in music spanning 4 decades, Sir Elton John's retirement tour is expected to gross more than $400 million, according to Forbes, which would just add to his already huge net worth. John and his husband David Furnish have 2 sons, Zachary and Elijah, but the singer has no intentions of spoiling them with his vast fortune. The boys live the most incredible lives. They're not normal kids, and I'm not pretending they are, John told the Daily Mirror in 2016, but you have to have some semblance of normality. Some respect for money, some respect for work. The couple borrows from the Warren Buffett School of Inheritance. Buffett has a really cool model in that he leaves his children enough money so that they have a house, a car, and all their basic needs covered and cared for so that they never need to worry, John told the Daily Mirror. But it's not crazy, silly, go wild money so that they could be buying Picassos or private jets. Number 9, Sting. The former Police frontman and hugely successful solo artist worked as a bus conductor, laborer, tax officer, and teacher before becoming one of the richest musicians in Britain. Sting told the Mail in 2014 that he also wants his 6 children to earn their own way in the world, and that trust funds would be albatrosses around their necks. They have to work, he said. All my kids know that, and they rarely ask me for anything, which I really respect and appreciate. Sting added that he's willing to assist them if needed, but so far his lessons have been efficient. His kids have careers of their own, with 3 pursuing acting, 2 following their father's lead with music careers, and another directing music videos. Obviously, if they were in trouble, I would help them, but I never really had to do that. They have the work ethic that makes them want to succeed on their own merit. Number 8, Bill Gates. Bill and Melinda Gates are giving their 3 kids, quote, a minuscule portion of their estimated $89 billion, they told the Daily Mail in 2011. It'll mean they have to find their own way, Bill said at the time. Although even a fraction of the Gates' wealth will be enough to put their kids among the wealthiest individuals in the world. Bill believes it will compel them to rely on themselves. It's not a favor to kids to have them have huge sums of wealth, he told This Morning last year. As reported by SF Gate, it distorts anything they might do, creating their own path. The couple plans to put the majority of their fortune toward charitable causes, namely the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which aims to eradicate diseases, poverty, and hunger across the globe. Along with fellow billionaire Warren Buffett, the Gates also helped create the Giving Pledge in 2010, which encourages more of the super rich to leave the majority of their wealth to philanthropic causes. Number 7, Gordon Ramsay. The owner and operator of 40 restaurants around the globe with 16 Michelin stars between them, Gordon Ramsay is one of the biggest names in the British restaurant industry. The well-renowned celebrity chef has a strong TV presence, hosting shows such as MasterChef USA, MasterChef Junior, and Hell's Kitchen. The father of 5, however, has no intention of leaving his fortune to his children, who still sit in economy on flights while Ramsay and his wife, Tana, enjoy their time off in first class. It's definitely not going to them, Ramsay told The Telegraph in 2017. And that's not in a mean way, it's not to spoil them. The only thing I've agreed with Tana is that they get a 25% deposit on a flat, but not the whole flat. I've been super lucky having that career for the last 15 years in the US, Ramsay said. Seriously, it has earned a fortune and I've been very lucky, so I respect everything I've got. Number 6, James Brown. Before his passing in 2006, James Brown donated a majority of his $100 million fortune to the I Feel Good Trust, a charity that raises funds for underprivileged children in South Carolina. But despite his wishes, his cash got tied up in a messy legal battle with his children. In 2007, Brown's kids and ex-wife, Tommy Ray, filed a lawsuit against the representatives of their famous father's estate to contest the will. While the South Carolina Supreme Court intervened in 2015, the issue wasn't resolved until 2020. The court ruled that Tommy Ray was not legally Brown's wife, meaning she was not entitled to the money she had been fighting for, which could have been as much as 50% of his estate, according to the New York Times. It allowed Brown's fortune to be released to his kids and the trust per his will. His intent is finally going to be carried out, and it's going to benefit the children of South Carolina and Georgia. A professor at the Charleston School of Law in South Carolina told the New York Times. Most people are going to look at that and think that's a really good outcome. Number 5, George Lucas. The creator of Star Wars became one of the richest people in Hollywood after selling his company Lucasfilms to Disney for more than $4 billion in 2012. But the father of 4 isn't passing all those galactic credits to his children. I'm dedicating the majority of my wealth to improving education, Lucas wrote in his Giving Pledge letter in 2010. It is the key to the survival of the human race. Education is a long-standing passion, as he founded the George Lucas Educational Foundation in 1991. Lucas's 3 adult children, he and his second wife Melody Hobson, welcomed their first child together in 2013, seemed to be doing well on their own. His eldest, Amanda, fought in MMA before retiring to have a child in 2014. His other daughter, Katie, is a writer and contributed to Star Wars, the Clone Wars TV series. And son Jet works in the film and TV industry, including visual effects work on the hit Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian. Number 4. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford had a net worth of $8.5 million when she passed away, a fortune that she chose to share with just 2 of her 4 adopted children. The actress, who passed in 1977, famously left her twin daughters, Cindy and Kathy, about $77,000 each, while Christina and Christopher, her other children, were cut out of the will entirely. Christina went on to release a tell-all book about her allegedly abusive mother called Mommy Dearest. Crawford had talked publicly about her distaste for the project and problems she had with her estranged children. She is her own person, and that person brought me a lot of pain, the Hollywood veteran said, according to Charlotte Chandler's book. Not the girl next door. And now I say it about Christina. The problem was I adopted her, but she didn't adopt me. Number 3. Andrew Lloyd Webber. The famed composer and father of 5 told the Daily Mirror in 2008 that he didn't plan to pass his vast fortune onto his children. "I'm not in favor of children suddenly finding a lot of money coming their way, because then they have no incentive to work," he said. Webber is the musical theater composer behind award-winning long-running shows such as The Phantom of the Opera, Cats, and Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. The composer, with 7 Tonys, 3 Grammys, an Academy Award, and a knighthood, has a net worth of well over $1 billion, according to the Sunday Times annual Rich List. Instead, Webber told the Daily Mirror that he wanted to invest his fortune into musical projects after his passing, although he has no set-in-stone plans for the time being. "It is extremely likely that my wife will outlive me, so I will leave the problem with her," Webber said. Number 2. Lauren Powell Jobs. It is not right for individuals to accumulate a massive amount of wealth that's equivalent to millions and millions of other people combined, Jobs told the New York Times. "There's nothing fair about that." Jobs inherited a multi-billion-dollar fortune from her late husband, Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, Business Insider reported. The billionaire is a formidable presence in the investing world and a full-time philanthropist. She's the founder of College Track, a nonprofit organization that helps prepare low-income students for higher education, and social change organization, the Emerson Collective. Jobs has 3 children, Reed, Aaron, and Eve, Business Insider reported. Number 1. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Actors Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who met in their teens, who played love interests on That 70s Show, but didn't actually fall in love and marry until nearly a decade and a half later, because when she started on the show there was a requirement that everyone has to be 18. Well, she lied and said she was when she was really 14, but they still thought she was the only one fit for the role. And together they have a collective net worth of $275 million. While they may have gotten rich at a young age, they have no plans to help their 2 young children. Wyatt and Dimitri do the same thing. They have also said that they refuse to spoil their children. They don't even get them presents at Christmas. "I'm not setting up a trust for them," Kutcher revealed to Business Insider. "We'll end up giving our money away to charity and to various things." The actor said that his kids are already, quote, "living a really privileged life, and they don't even know it." He told fellow actor Dax Shepard on The Lighters podcast in 2018. Kutcher says he's willing to hear his kids out if they have a business venture for him to support, but he insists they won't get special treatment from their dad. "If my kids want to start a business and they have a good business plan, I'll invest in it," he said. But that is all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.